Hey guys, Jeffrey from Headstrong Training Systems here. So today we're going to be looking at the bench press, and in particular I want to talk about how to prevent your arse or your glutes from coming up the bench when you apply a leg drop or when you actually perform the movement. Now the reason we don't want the arse to come off the bench is because for powerlifting you're going to be red lighted in competition. It's not going to count if your arse comes off the bench.
And then secondly, for other general population people, the reason that their glutes will come off the bench is simply because they're struggling with the lift. And when you lift your behind off the bench, it drastically shortens your range of motion. It gets you closer to the barbell, so you're able to press a lot more and push a lot more weight. But the flip side is that it puts you in a very, very dangerous position because essentially you're moving the anchor point and you're increasing load on your lower back. So that's the reason we don't want to have our behind lifted off the bench when we press. Now, the reason that the behind will come off the bench when we press is because we're applying too much force downwards. When we apply, because simply, if we think about the body and how the body works, when I press in my feet down, straight downwards into the bench, look what happens. I'm essentially doing a hip thrust. My glutes are going to come off the bench because I'm applying force directly downwards. The opposite reaction force to me applying force downwards is my body to raise upwards. Very simple. Now, that's what's happening in the bench press. When, say, I've got in my bottom position, I'm pressing up, and now when I press up, I apply force downwards at the same time. Look at that, my behind, my glutes will come off the bench. And we don't want that to happen. So simply, when we re-examine how we should be cueing ourselves in regards to our feet, essentially is we want to be pushing the floor away. That's the biggest thing. We want to cue ourselves to push the floor away rather than straight downwards, because when we push the floor away, that keeps your glutes on the bench because they're traveling in a horizontal direction of force instead of vertically, and that also helps us set our scaps in a position, and that also generates force from the legs up the body for me to press the barbell. So let's action that, see what happens. So set up in a position, do your brace. Now from this bottom position, I'm going to press and drive the floor away. I'm going to dig my big toe into the ground, and push the floor away with my feet, like so. And you'll see that with that change in technique, my behind is able to stay on the bench. I'm a lot more stable, and I'm able to press the bar backwards and forces generated up through my body. So to summarize, basically, to prevent your behind from coming off the bench, you want to apply force in a horizontal direction, push the floor away rather than push down. So that's all from me today, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.